Hey, so we need to talk. The fuck happened to Shrek? I'm sure he's fine. It's just in this trailer, he's looking a little bit rated G for my liking.
Hey, Magic Mirror, who's the fairest of them all? Why, Shrek, of course.
Oh, boy. Guys, I know it's a 28-second trailer, but I have to ask.
Ew, Dad!
Ooh, Mama like.
Who's making this stuff?
Not me!
Whoa! Shrek 5, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and Zendaya? Oh, damn.
What happened to my green, tough exterior, yet soft and onion-like complex interior PG King Shrek? Well, guys, wonder no more, because that's what we're here to get to the bottom of today. Welcome to a full-length YouTube video that I made based off of a 28-second teaser. Hi. And unlike Zendaya being introduced to Shrek 5 as an edgy teenager for the first time, damn, I'm not new around here to the concept of being a brat, and neither is Zendaya, but what I want to be a brat about right now is this ratio on the screen right now. What the hell? Why aren't y'all subscribed? So fix that, and I'll be happy. Now, intro, Ogre. I want to start this by saying, Shrek 5, where have you been? I saw the first teaser in high school.
I'm old now.
Regardless of this, the teaser for Shrek 5 just came out under a week ago, and you may have noticed it looks a little bit different than its predecessors, huh? And I guess we've also accepted meme culture into this one. Good news is the original cast is apparently coming back for this movie with the addition of Zendaya. Damn. By the looks of her, she's gonna be a rebellious teenager that Shrek just doesn't understand, and she's gonna want to touch the sunlight, and... Sorry, no, that's the Croods. She's gonna hang out with her other ogre friends and in the end find out that Shrek was always right, and Shrek will also understand by the end that she was also a little bit right too. That's actually the end of Ice Age.
Dad, staying in the swamp is your dream. I have different dreams. I want to explore the world. Dad, I'm not your little girl anymore. I want to go to human school and maybe date a human too. Mom, you have no idea what it's like to spend your entire youth locked up. Just because Mom was locked up doesn't mean I have to be too. Dad, you're embarrassing me. Stop saying skibbity. It's not funny anymore.
Now, based off the teaser alone, Shrek 5, by contrast, seems to be very Gen Z, and it'll probably take place mostly following his daughter, Zendaya, and I bet she likes memes or something. Also, can you imagine Zendaya and getting the call to play Shrek's daughter? They should have called me. I was available. What the fuck? Jokes aside, the speculation online is that this is just gonna be the Croods again, right? But green? Listen, there's no guarantee that it's gonna be that kind of movie, but it is gonna be that kind of movie. That's why in this video we're breaking down the difference between this teaser and the other 4 iterations of Shrek that look much better. I don't have a Shrek problem, I can stop whenever I want. The original movie's humor styles are unique to say the least, not entirely for kids. Honestly, now watching it as a grown adult, I do think it leans more towards the grown-up audience because, for example, there's a scene on Shrek 2 which is a parody of Cops called The Knights, and during this scene, Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots all get arrested, and during the process...
That's no mine.
That's weed. He has weed. Get him. Other examples of the humor in Shrek being for a mature audience are Shrek getting hit in the nuts and Pinocchio wearing a thong. Shit, I mean, in the first Shrek, Lord Farquaad, the antagonist of the movie, is named Lord Farquaad because it's a play on Farquaad. The comedy style seems really Gen Z centric and meme based, and I think it's gonna have a lot more to do with internet lore and Shrek not understanding the kids these days. These kids, Shrek's daughter, whose name's gonna be like Nuck or something like that. These kids, I don't understand kids these days doing drugs in the bathroom and hitting on their teachers in school. I don't get it. I also want to comment on Fiona real quick and how this
Ooh, Mama like.
isn't her. I mean, obviously it is her, and she's still played by Cameron Diaz, so it's probably relatively the same character, but just in this trailer alone, she seems way more that just seemed extremely flirty, and that's not how I see Fiona and Shrek at all. Which, don't get me wrong, Slay Queen, get that bag. But I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a caricature of herself. Oh, and Eddie Murphy's playing Donkey, so I think he's just going to be the same character because he just was Eddie Murphy, except he has rabies now. I can't go much further with assuming what the humor in this movie is gonna be. I mean, it's still Cameron Diaz, Eddie Murphy, Michael Myers, etc. So I do think that they're gonna touch base on some of the same themes, but in my opinion, I think they're gonna reach for a more childish audience in this movie. But about 7 months ago, Google actually unintentionally teased some of the writing direction for this movie. It listed Shrek 5's writing production under Boss Baby and Hotel Transylvania's writers, and I did not like those movies very much. That being said, I'm hopeful, yet pessimistic. Oh, Shrek, you're looking good for it being literally like 15 years after. I mean, your daughter looks like 15 or something. I guess ogres age really well. Instead of growing gray hair or getting wrinkles, they just mush and their faces look different, so they look completely different than they did before. Fast forward 20 years and Shrek's just gonna be walking around looking like Cthulhu. Shrek, you look good for your age, just don't look at me. It's great animation, I guess, just a questionable stylistic choice for Shrek. I guess I'm just trying to say that it's not my borderline claymation looking green onion layered baddie that we know and love, Shrek. And I guess I would describe it as squishy. I don't know, everything's fuzzy, everything's weird, it's weirdly vibrant. I don't know. This is editing, Caleb. Hi. Somehow while I was recording, I missed this part of the script because I'm professional. So I'm gonna read it off right now. This movie can't just be for kids because he says damn at the end of the trailer. Like the guy from Candy Crush.
Damn.
Watch out, liberals, they swear in this movie. That's right, there's gonna be dark humor. Despite that, I can't help but feel like this animation change is a little bit confusing and unnecessary. Like, this couldn't have been easier to animate than the original Shrek formula. Caleb, it's a kid's movie. They moved on to a new child-friendly animation style. Get over it. It makes perfect sense. And while I agree with you, I actually don't, and here's why. The Barbie movie. Okay, that's it for the script. All right, gonna put you back in the. There you go. Bye. Barbie dolls were at the height of their popularity in the early 2000s to 6 to 11-year-olds. Fast forward to 2023 and we get the Barbie movie. And they say bitch 4 times. You can't sit here and tell me that movie was made for modern 6 to 11-year-olds. That movie was made for that current 25-year-old that played with Barbies as a kid. I am that 25-year-old girl. Just with Shrek. In particular, Shrek 2. I know I've seemed like a big Shrek fanboy in this entire video, but honestly, I'm a Shrek 2 fanboy. That movie had no business being as intense as it was. Like, the end scene where she was singing I Need a Hero, and he was rushing in on a fucking giant gingerbread man while destroying shit, and then Puss in Boots acts all cute, and then attacks those guys. Listen, okay? It was tantamount to John Wick. I can't even say that. This is better than John Wick. I'll say it. Basically, all of this to say that yes, Shrek would appeal to a child audience. That makes sense. But also, I think the main demographic should be the kids that grew up watching Shrek in 2008. Me. However, the animation style present in this teaser right here leads me more to believe that the animation and movie as a whole is more directed towards kids. Leading me into my next topic of the video, Illumination Studios, and the most recent general change of animation as a whole. In 2010, we were introduced to a new movie and new animation studio as a whole for the first time, Illumination Studios and Despicable Me, played by Steve Carell, grew with his big nose, and I'm pretty sure modern day equivalent to slavery. I haven't fully figured it out yet. I think it's kind of a modern version of slavery. I mean, they seem happy. I don't think they're getting paid though, and it looks like they're all just like lumped together in one big basement with no room to do anything. It's slavery, okay? Gru's a big bald guy, and they're like a little different. They're not the same race, okay? It feels racist. They're called fucking minions. I just realized they're called minions. What? Jokes aside, in 2010, with Despicable Me coming out, we are introduced to a brand new animation studio, Illumination, with bright colors and lights and happy vibes. Just look at what they did with How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Bro's original theme song isn't even in that movie anywhere. They replaced it with rap. I would argue that the original Grinch movie, while brightly animated, is also kind of dark and gritty, especially the scenes where the Grinch is doing his stuff. And then of course we have the Jim Carrey one, and now we have the new Grinch movie, which is just full of bright colors, and in the end it all has a happy ending. And even during it there was this like weird subplot with Cindy Lou Who and her kid friends. It's just, I don't like it. And ever since 2010, when Illumination stepped into the limelight, It just feels like that's the new standard for animation movies these days. Bright colors, over-exaggerated features. For some reason, hair is like really beautifully animated. It's not Shrek, you know? If hair's in an Illumination movie, it's fucking poofy, bro. Not everything needs to be this bright, colorful, squishy animation style like Secret Life of Pets or The Grinch or The Minions, goddammit. Even some modern Disney movies have been taking this less appealing approach to animation, in my opinion, and I just don't know about it. Now, I just want to clarify, this is only my opinion. To each their own, of course. You can have the wrong opinion if you want. Now, boys and girls, this begs the question, can Shrek even work in a different animation style? I don't know, but we're gonna draw a comparison to the Puss in Boots movie, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. The same character from Shrek who had the same animation style, who developed the new animation style, more similar to like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and stuff like that, and that weird new Ninja Turtles movie that I didn't like that much. A less gritty animation style, way more cleaned up, but still feels like the same character and world around him, just less dirty and messy. I specifically like the writing of Jack Horner. I don't know why I thought he was so fucking funny, but he was.
You're not gonna shoot a puppy, are you, Jack?
Yeah, in the face. Why?
Side note, Puss in Boots 2 and Shrek 2. Amazing movies. It's not a good look for a grown man to go to work and suggest Puss in Boots to watch. It doesn't look good. I feel like I should be put on a list for that. It's just a good movie. I can't control myself.
Help me.
Now, there might be a little bit of confusion, so I want to clarify. The original Shrek movie, and all 4 Shrek movies, animation is kind of horrid. It's tantamount to like Jimmy Neutron or something. Shrek's animation style is borderline slop. But I like my slop. I want my slop back. This is beautiful, and I hate it. I want my ugly slop. I want Shrek back.
Wife.
This isn't a case of the animation being bad for the new Shrek movie, and if you're saying it's bad, you're wrong, because it's not. It's just a matter of the stylistic choice for the characters not being the characters. This can even be proved because somebody on YouTube made a video of him photoshopping Shrek to look like how he's supposed to look like, and all he did was like move his eyes further apart and like reshape his head a little bit, and he looked like Shrek again. Little details that they got wrong in the animation that was just a stylistic choice that I don't like. It's me again. Yay! In the middle of editing this video, I watched the movie The Wild Robot, which, in case you don't know, is DreamWorks' most recent movie, and Shrek actually makes an appearance. Wow, looking good. Watching this movie strongly affected my opinion towards the next Shrek movie, as the animation is beautiful in it, the comedy lands all the time, and honestly, while being for a child audience, there's definitely a lot of death, which is a good thing, kinda, because that means that DreamWorks still makes content for all ages and leaning towards adults. I mean it, they basically commit genocide in this movie. It's also worth mentioning that while the animation style isn't classic Shrek or anything like that, it still does look pretty good, and I wouldn't mind Shrek looking like that. Now, all we need to figure out is making them look less ugly. I also wanted to touch base on the fact that this could also just be a cast announcement video. It might not have anything to do with the actual comedy style of the movie, and it could just be a way of saying, hey, Zendaya's in the movie, damn. I just wanted to put those thoughts in your noodle and make you think a little bit. Now back to the actual video. I'm not coming back. All of this to say, it's just a movie, and whether it appeals to me or some other kid that is just now finding the Church of Shrek gospel, at least it'll appeal to somebody. But it better be me. Jokes aside, I don't take Shrek all that serious, other than the fact that I loved watching Shrek 2 as a kid. Actually, I think one of my top 5 favorite movie scenes is probably the end of Shrek 2 for some reason. Just between the end of Shrek 2 and that one Barnyard movie where the guy was singing Won't Back Down while fighting off hordes of coyotes, I would say some kids' shows and movies just are too intense for their own good sometimes. All of the Shrek movies, for some reason, just appear to be bangers. Even 3 and 4, don't listen to the news headlines. Where Puss in Boots: The Last Wish did so good for no goddamn reason, I would only hope that the new Shrek movie would do just as good. Hopefully, Donkey can get his rabies fixed. Either way, as of right now, that's all I have to talk about in regards to Shrek. Thank you for watching, leave your thoughts down below, and now I leave you with 30 seconds of footage of my cats.